Welcome to Creative Brews. I'm Kristen, and this is your weekly dose of creativity, where photography, design, and life come together. So, grab your favorite drink, and let's talk about what's brewing. Hello! Welcome back to yet another episode. In today's episode is pretty interesting. It's something, again, that I have, of course, wanted to or have been wanting to talk about. This is a bit of a different topic, honestly. It kind of ties in with the empathy versus empath. It kind of ties in with that. So, today's episode is going to be about manifestation and basically just that. And what does that mean? What does it look like? I know to a lot of people out there, they've heard of manifestation. I manifested that and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, you're definitely going to want to keep listening. Basically, manifestation isn't magic. It's more of a mindset and movement. So, what does that even mean, right? So, basically, to me, manifestation means obviously what I just said. It's definitely not magic. So, if you were coming here thinking, oh, well, I'm just gonna learn how to do that, this isn't the episode for you. Manifestation is not magic. It's also not something that's easily done. So it's very, what would I say? It's very self-driven. Okay, so if you've been working on yourself, you've been trying to heal yourself and really dive deep in the layers of who you are and trying to heal all of that, then I think this is probably the episode for you. So, like I said, on social media, you've probably heard manifested or the universe is in my favor, or I'm trying to think of all the catchy phrases that I've heard. A lot of what you see on social media, some of it's true. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's all, not true and terrible or something like that. No, I mean, a lot of it is, but some of it isn't. So a lot of it is meant to be motivational and meant to get you going. Kind of like the if you build it, they will come is supposed to be more of a motivational thing to get you started, kick you in the pants to get you started, right? So that's basically what those are. But today I'm going to try to break it down. Hopefully, I've got some stuff written down. Hopefully, it all makes sense, and hopefully I broke it down enough. If not, you can always leave a comment. You can also follow me on all my social medias that I have listed in the show notes below or description if you're on YouTube. There's a lot of different places that you can leave comments. I'm not sure if you can leave a comment on the Apple podcast version of the show. If not, I know you can leave a comment on Spotify, YouTube. You can also DM me on Instagram. So if you have questions or if you want me to go back over something in today's episode, just let me know. So, yeah, today we're going to go beyond the fluff, beyond the manifest it or the claim it or whatever else you've heard. The universe is in my favor, all that kind of stuff. But basically, the real form of manifestation or manifesting is really about your mindset, aligned action, and intentional living. And hopefully, through my bullet points, we can kind of get through all of that. So, yeah, basically, I saw something the other day that I think is kind of a myth, I guess. But it said something about manifestation without action is just wishful thinking. And really, I agree with that. So, like I said earlier, if you think that manifestation is just about wishing something for yourself and then it just appears, you have it all wrong. I really hate to break the bad news to you, but you can't just say, "Oh, I want $1 million," and it appears. I wish, so you have to really break it down and you have to really work for it. Like I said, it's not magic. So, okay. So I have down clarity. So you need to really sit down and think of a clear vision of either what you want your life to look like, or like me personally, I wanted to start a new business. So I really sat down, and it's almost like if you don't journal, you definitely are going to need to journal in order to even get down your thoughts and stuff like that. So a lot of times I'll use my notepad on my phone, or if you want to do like a Pinterest board or something like that, almost like a mood board, but it's more so what I like to call a vision board. So you're going to want to put on your board what what is that business? What kind of business would you like to run? What does that look like for you? If I broke everything down, this would be a really long episode, but basically, it's not just, I want to be rich, and then, I'm just going to keep saying that until it happens. No, it's, I want to build a business that earns, I don't know, X amount a month. Let's just say $1,000 a month. Doing whatever, that could be design. That's why you really have to sit down and really think about, okay, what business do I want to start? What business do I want to run? What really resonates with you? You're going to want to, like I said, journal in some kind of way about it. Really write down your business, what you kind of think that should look like. What is the business owner version of you doing? So you really have to get in that mindset of, okay, well, if I'm going to be a business owner, then I need to start acting like one. So sit down, take some time to yourself. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're in the bathroom, wherever, if you're at work, if you're on your lunch break, wherever you are, driving, And, if you're unhappy in your life, this is baby steps of how, what you can, baby steps to take in order to change the outcome in your life. Your life is always changing. That's the amazing thing about life, period, is that you can always change it. You are not stuck. I know people out there think they are, and I know there's all kinds of different types of people out there, but let me just tell you, your mind is a powerful thing. It's a very powerful organ. It's very underrated. People don't use their mind. Everybody just wants stuff to happen in a snap, So, anyways, aligned action. So, the vision is the compass and your action is the vehicle, okay? Every step is not going to be perfect, and it definitely doesn't need to be perfect. So, that's the reality of all of this, is that in your mind, even if you tell yourself it's going to be perfect or whatever the case is, it's not. Life is not perfect. And you are going to mess up and you are going to fail. But like I said in some of my photography or past episodes, it's okay to fail. You kind of need to fail to be able to learn and grow from that. So, yes, and the movement is what signals belief, especially in the mind. So, okay, like I have an example. If it's not you want to own your own business, then maybe you want to be a writer. So then, just start writing. Get you a journal, get you a pen, your favorite journal. Really romanticize that in your brain, and it will really change the way you look at whatever you want to start. First off, if you want to start, definitely sometimes all it takes is just starting. Okay? If you want to own your own business, just start. Start doing the research. Start sitting down and really getting serious. That's really what it takes. The very first step is getting serious with yourself and with your life and really truly believing that I am a business owner. I do run an amazing, thriving business, or I am an amazing writer. I am a published, award-winning writer. So I think you kind of get the gist here. A lot of this is based on your belief systems. So what you believe about yourself, 9 times out of 10 is what shapes and also will either make you take that first step or not. So you really have to work on yourself. So if you're someone who's not really sure about themselves, well, guess what? You're probably not going to start because you're not really sitting down and doing the work with yourself and healing whatever it is that causes you to second guess yourself. But if you can do that for yourself, then guess what? It really takes a huge weight off of you, and you then want to start. And a lot of times you do start. So, I mean, that could be anything from, I guess, like self-sabotaging, if that's something that you do, or if you say, I can't accomplish XYZ, even if you tell yourself, no, I can do that. If your subconscious mind knows or belittles you or attacks you or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself. You can tell yourself whatever you want. Like, your best friend can tell you, oh, yeah, you can do that, Kristen. And if you truly don't believe it, if I truly do not believe, yes, I can do that, then guess what? Words are just words. And that's why I'm saying manifesting and manifestation is just a word. It's not magic. It doesn't make magic happen. Sorry. But that's just not how life works. It's just a word. And that really ties in with today's episode because, which I know this is all probably sounding like a one big circle at this point, but what I'm saying is if you just say stuff, okay, like this episode, I'm just talking to you, I'm trying to convey the tools and, you know, maybe something, a personal story. I'll try to convey that. And really, all I'm doing is just talking. There's not really any action coming from this. But if you pair your words with action and a vision and clarity, it can really be an amazing combination. So, but yeah, basically your vision with your belief and the action combo can really create some real outcomes and can really be quote unquote magical. Let's see. So, I guess what I'll do is go through some tools. Here's some other tools that you can use. I think I've kind of already said these, but I'll kind of say them again just in case I did miss something. But like I said, journaling, but not just, you know, writing stuff down, maybe kind of sketching some stuff, you know. I call it a vision journal or a vision board. Not just visualizing it, but write it as if it's already real. Write about it as if you're already living it. Because if you don't, then really you're just writing words down on a piece of paper. And that's all it is. Set goals. And make sure you set goals with a deadline. Because that's really the only way that me personally, I'm able to really accomplish things. And what I do is I not only set goals, but also fill it in on my calendar, again, as if you're truly living that lifestyle, that business owner lifestyle, that, you know, author lifestyle, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Mindset habits. So whether that be you wake up in the morning and you immediately do some kind of movement, whether that be meditation, maybe you just kind of go through some stretches, some breath work, some trying to think of some other stuff. Maybe some gratitude stuff. You know, start your day with some kind of little movement. I'm not talking about workout. Don't immediately leap out of bed and start picking up weights and doing ab crunches and all this other stuff. That's not what I'm saying. You want to kind of slowly wake up, take your a little bit of time, even if you got to get up in a hurry, but slowly get up out of bed, do some breath work, maybe do a meditation, maybe start your day with today's going to be amazing, something like that, some kind of motivational, but some kind of alignment movement. or an alignment moment to yourself. And really, again, think about, what does the version of me who already has this doing today? What would they be doing? What are they doing? What are they thinking? 9 times out of 10, if you think you're a better person than whatever you're going through, you believe it. So yeah, you could start your day with an affirmation and an action. And again, say it, prove it, and move with it. And let me just tell you, if you at least try, I guess that's my advice to you, is at least try some of these things and you'll see, wow, my day has gone smoother, or I feel better. I don't feel, you know, tired or out of energy and stuff like that. So I guess hopefully that is basically everything I wanted to talk about. I guess I'll wrap it up. Hopefully this all makes sense. And again, if it doesn't, if you do have questions about a particular segment in today's episode, just let me know. You can comment, you can direct message me, whatever. And I'll definitely reply back, but I can also make a follow up to today's episode. So, yeah. I'm going to leave with this. You're not waiting on the universe. The universe is actually waiting on you. Again, manifestation is not magic. Like everything else in life, magic just does not exist, obviously. I am going to include this quote that I wrote down, and I do not think anyone has said it, so yeah, but it says manifestation is less about magic and more about momentum. And I wrote that down in my journal, and it really has helped me. So, yeah, hopefully it helps you. I hope today's episode was helpful in some shape or form, maybe informative. Maybe I offered a different kind of insight or opinion or point of view or something like that. But if this episode resonated with you, please share it, and share it to someone who needs to hear it, or again, maybe it offers them some kind of information or different opinion or different point of view. So, yeah, I hope everybody's having a great week, and I will see you all in my next episode. Bye.